Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope so. I hope so. I have the regular setup. I don't think anything's changed. I think last time I was able to put my mic down and you guys could still hear me. I got the speaker already ready because the struggle stream listening. We have a lot of videos today. And yes, as always, this is this is heartbreaking, and this is in my city and state. This happened. It started in January, and it's coming to a conclusion, and that is why I feel comfortable talking about it. And within the last 24 to 48 hours, there's been a lot of things happening on this case. So with that said, I'm going to start in the chat as always. And I'm going to apologize to y'all because listen, I was supposed to go live at 10 o'clock. I have a really good reason I could not go live at 10 o'clock. So, Kendrick Lamar's album came out yesterday. If y'all don't know, I am a habitual multitasker. I literally, I think I haven't been diagnosed, but I don't sit still to do work. I don't just do work in silence. I usually have music playing. So yesterday I was trying to do some of the work that I didn't have to do in front of students. I was trying to do some of that work. Child, I put that Kendrick on and I could not work because it was so good. Like, it forced me to stop and focus. And y'all, look, I have this many. I literally wrote notes on every single song and interlude. There's 18 pages of notes that I took on Kendrick yesterday because it is so freaking good. Y'all, I like Kendrick. I'm not a Kendrick fan though, like the whole Kate, I'm not. But this piece of work right here is exceptional. If y'all haven't listened to it, please listen to the new Kendrick. Listen, I feel like I want to do like a deep dive into every single song. It's just, I told my kids, I was like, listen, my son, when I was trying to put this together this morning, I'm on my fourth listen as of now. I've listened to it 4 times. In the car, it's banging. In the house, it's banging. It's banging everywhere. And it's so deep and it's just so good, y'all. Please do yourself a favor. Listen to it. It's a lot of profanity. So if you are just abhorrent to profanity because that's your thing, don't listen to it. The clean version will not do it justice. You got to listen to the explicit version to get all of the things. Like I'm a teacher and I want to teach it so bad. And I know I can't because I get fired, child. They let you teach all the other stuff. But girl, they ain't going to let me teach that. They would be like, girl, bye. Okay, anyway, let's get into the chat and let's get into this story. Yes, buckle up. You might need some tissue. I have mine handy dandy. And so, yeah, that's why I couldn't go on at 10 o'clock today, because as I was trying to put the things together, the Kendrick was playing and I wasn't letting it go. And so it just slowed me down. And I'm here for being slowed down on a Saturday because it's hot outside. Michigan, we went from mid fall like weather to it's scorching hot in the D. Thus, no, listen. I looked at I was like, girl, you need some more summer tops. I got to go shopping this afternoon. So with that said, let's get into the chat and let's get into the story about this beautiful young girl, Zion. All right, first and foremost, my birthday is in less than a month. And I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. I would like to say hello to all of my new subscribers over this past week or so. All of the subscribers that are sticking with me, I appreciate you. And if you would just please, share it a little bit, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. Why? Just because I want a community tab. I ain't gonna lie. There is no other reason. I just wanted a community tab. Can you imagine if I had a community tab yesterday while I was listening to Kendrick, baby? Every single track, I would have had the deep analysis on the tab, on the community tab, because child, and I know my Facebook friends are sick of me. I know my children are sick. My son came up here this morning. He was like, can you just please turn it down? I was like, why? You be screaming and hollering when you play video games. I'm in my bag right now. So anyway, yes, I am trying to get to 500 subbies because I would like a community tab. Period. I would like to shout out my girl Foxy and family. You guys, please go subscribe to her channel as well as Saki Speak Easy, big sis Saki in these virtual streets. I see you are a family as well as Bikini Body Challenge. My girl Evelyn as well as Nola Reeds. Also, Universal Tea with Marie, as well as Amina the Great. I can't put Trill Tea Radio up anymore because she just disappeared. So, yeah. Hey, sis Nola. Before I came on, I was able to say hey back to you. My whole feed just jumped, y'all. Okay, I'm back. All right. Child, is this one sad? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. This one right here, just be ready. Just be ready because I got a lot of videos I'm sharing today on this one. Just be ready, y'all. It's not just me reading the stories. This one is the listen. This mother, this listen. Child. Well, hello, Dana. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, BJ Dez. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. What's up, Foxy? Don't get distracted at work, girl, because you know, Foxy is giving love. Everybody's giving love back to Foxy. Nola says, oh, this sad. I'm going to catch the replay, sis. Can't be sad on my birthday. Well, happy birthday, Nola. Yes, catch the replay. Don't watch it because it's going to be sad. Foxy said, yes, Kendrick. He understood the assignment. Kendrick gave us all of his pain, all of his therapy, all of his healing, all of the, like, he gave us himself. Like, I'm scared he's not going to do anything else. He gave us everything. He stripped himself bare and he gave it to us. Like, we are just so, like, girl, I can't even explain all of the stuff in my head about it. All right. I see. Yes. Happy Saturday. Happy birthday to Nola. Foxy is giving love to family. Dana says, oh, yes, that Kendrick Lamar song is fire. It's more than the whole album, Dana. It's with the interludes and the album is 18 tracks that you have to listen to each one in the order. I'm gonna tell y'all what gets me about the album too. He has these sections where there's tap dancing, and I'm not gonna give it away, but it touches me because I tap. I'm a tap dancer. And the tapping, and I was like, oh, he is talking through the tap shoes, it's so good. And it's so many layers and the musicality of it all. It's not just drum snares and it's not just beats. Like, he has sounds interwoven in between the tracks. And it's perfect. And the one song that I don't really care for, I can't help but love that song as well because I'm biased because I don't particularly care for Kodak Black. I even feel like I had to unwind some of that I felt when I initially heard Kodak's voice because I don't really care for it. I slept on it and I woke up this morning and I listened to it again, and I'm glad he is forcing me to listen to Kodak differently, if that makes sense. Like, it just does my heart good that he's forcing me to listen to Kodak. And you can't help but listen to it because the beat is banging. Like, the beat on that track with Kodak is baby. I can't help but listen to it. And I got to give props to Kodak because I would not listen to him any other way. But this one right here, I feel like this is Kendrick reaching his arm down to help pull another brother up. Like, that's just what it made me feel like. It was good. It's good. The whole thing is good. I see our family did a great job breaking it down. Oh, I gotta go check it out then. I didn't see it. I was working all morning. Okay, I gotta go check it out. I'm late on the rewind time and the replay teams. It'd be so much going on YouTube. I have not been doing replays. I just been doing my thing. And it's springtime. And usually when it's springtime, that's when, like, it's the end of the semester. Kids have less than a month. And when I tell you, what can I do? I need that. Listen, child, I just been working. We work a little bit differently at the end of the year because The grade book is about to close, baby. And it ain't no way you can turn nothing else in. So I've been trying to hook the kids up, you know. The work has been working your girl, but that's why we get summers off. Summers off. It's part of our compensation package. So don't tell me teachers get months off. Child, we work for them months to get off. All right. Yes, my number one goal. Thank you, Bikini. I would like to get to 500 subscribers by my 50th. My 50th. I would love it if you would share, like, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down. It's all interaction. All of the things. I want all of the things. Yes. Jack, where Jack at? I missed Jack. Oh, I did. How did I miss that, Jack? Hey, Jack. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. All right. Jack is giving Foxy love. Thank you, sis. You know I already smashed the like, and I'll be watching tomorrow. Love you too, boo. All right. Everybody's giving love. I think I'm at the end. And let's get it started. So without further ado, I'm going to minimize myself, and I'm going to bring up a beautiful young lady, 17 years old, Zion Foster. All right. Before I do that, yes, all of the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, Jack. All right. So Zion Foster. Excuse me. Zion Foster was born November the 20th, 2004, and she's been missing since January the 5th this year, 2022. So our first story, family searches Detroit neighborhood for missing teen. This was published on January the 17th. It was updated on January the 20th. This is through Local 4 News here in Detroit. A family was joined by community members on Monday as they canvassed a neighborhood on Detroit's west side for a missing 17-year-old girl. Zion Rachelle Foster was last seen on January the 4th at her home in the 22,000 block of Melrose Court in East Point, according to authorities. I just want to get her back. We just want help to get her back, the teen's mother, Sierra Milton, said. Zion Foster is 5 feet, 1 inch tall, and weighs 120 pounds, officials said. She was last seen wearing her Detroit Ring Company uniform, they said. Sierra Milton said a man picked up her daughter on January the 4th. She said Zion Foster sent her the location to a home on Greenfield Road and Vassar Drive. She hasn't been seen or heard from since. We are pleading, not just for Zion, but for all these missing people. It's not right. It's not right, Sierra Milton said. People prayed for Zion Foster and others who are missing in Detroit. Then they knocked on the door where they believe Zion Foster was last seen. The door opened. The house was empty. I have a video I would like to share with you. Oh, wait, I think I shared the wrong video. I'm sorry. Let me close that out. It's this one. Okay. All right. So this is the first video. This is actually from that news article that I read. And let me turn the volume up.
Today, family members and the community were out canvassing a neighborhood on Detroit's west side.
They're desperate to find a 17-year-old girl who went missing 2 weeks ago. Defender John Lay was out with them as they hold out hope tonight to get her back home safely.
Good evening from Detroit's west side. Take a look at this flyer. This is 17-year-old Zion Foster. She has been missing since January the 4th. Her family is in absolute agony. Today here on the west side, members of the community going door to door, looking for Zion, also asking people to look out for this young lady as they're trying to help this family as well.
And I just want help to get her back. We just want help to get her back.
Sierra Foster needs your help. Her daughter Zion is missing since January 4th. Today, her family and community members are on Detroit's west side, here on Greenfield at Vassar. The teen is from East Point. Her mother says a man picked her up January 4th. Her mom says Zion sent her mother her location, a home on Greenfield, and she hasn't been heard from since.
We are pleading, not just for Zion, but for all of these missing people, all these people that have just disappeared. It's not right.
People prayed for Zion and others missing in Detroit, then knocked on the door where they believe Zion last was. The door opened. The house is empty. Zion's mom tells us people looking for Zion is a help.
It gives me hope.
East Point Police and Detroit Police are on this missing case.
Any information is important enough for us to check out. These are our loved ones. You are a loved one. You have loved ones. Help us. Help us, please bring Zion home.
As you can see and feel, a lot of emotion out here today, but the bottom line from Zion's mom, please call police in East Point or here in Detroit if you can help. On Detroit's West Side, Sean Ray, Local 4.
All right. Whew. That's difficult. This was back in January when they were still initially searching for Zion.
Foster just
Sorry,
started
guys.
working.
All right. Next up. The police arrest the cousin of the missing East Point teen, Zion Foster. This was published January the 22nd. It is just a video. The cousin of a teenage girl who went missing from East Point was reportedly arrested on a felony warrant related to the case. I will share my screen again.
Now to the arrest and the disappearance in the connection of Zion Foster. 21-year-old Jalen Brazier was taken into custody this afternoon on a felony warrant. He is Zion Foster's cousin. The 17-year-old was last seen January 4th at her home on Melrose Court. Foster reportedly left the house with Brazier and has not been seen since. Megan Woods is live from East Point for us tonight. And Megan, I know you just talked to Zion's mother.
Yeah, your heart breaks for this family because even though Zion's cousin is in custody, her mother is saying that they're still in limbo. They're nervous about what's next. And the question remains, where is Zion?
Where is my baby?
Detroit's involved, the FBI is involved. So it's basically an all hands on deck investigation.
The search for Zion Foster continues after police say Jalen Brazier is now in custody on a felony warrant related to her case.
It means he's not out there on the street. It means he's not running. It means that something is going to happen and we'll get information that we need to move on.
But for Zion's mother, Sierra Milton, it's difficult news to hear when she says Jalen and her daughter weren't just cousins, but they were close. Zion would do his girlfriend's hair.
When you have babies, you typically tell them, don't talk to strangers. But now, what do you say when it's family? You kind of look at everybody sideways, If you're with somebody, send me the location. If you're with somebody, take a picture of them so that they can't lie and say that they weren't with you.
Sierra says waiting to hear what police find out from Jalen and what happens next is tough.
It has been hell, difficult to do anything. It's been difficult on my children. Trying to simply eat, trying to just drink water, My kids are worried, they're concerned.
And she says, regardless of what happens, this has changed their lives forever. They are grateful for all the police work going in to bring her daughter home. And again, if you have any information, you're asked to call the police. Jalen, he will be arraigned on Monday afternoon. And again, if you have any information, this family wants to bring Zion home. So please contact police. Live in East Point, I'm Megan Woods, Local 4.
Yeah, let's help.
Okay. We just watched this one. The next one is Zion Foster's mother says the cousin told her that the teen is no longer living. This was published in February the 17th.
Help some folks.
And this is from Fox News Detroit, which is our channel 2 here. And this is a YouTube video, and all of the links to all of the articles, as well as the videos, as well as some other things, are all in the description for this video. Everything that I'm using is in the description of the video. This is the mother speaking after about a month about what occurred, the conversation she had with her nephew, I believe. All right, let's share it.
Somebody put a hashtag Forever 17, and that hurt more. So, just such a beautiful person.
As Sierra Milton sat down with Fox 2, we got a glimpse at a mother's heartbreak by not having her daughter by her side.
I'm told a lot. You are so strong. I don't know how you can just look the way that you look. But people don't see me past this point. You've seen a few glimpses of me break down on camera, but there are moments where I can't breathe.
17-year-old Zion Foster was reported missing on January 5th. Weeks later, her cousin Jalen Brazier was named a person of interest. On January 24th, he was charged with lying to police. In court Wednesday, Brazier pleaded no contest in a plea deal.
He said that my baby just died. And then that he threw her in a dumpster. Like she was trash.
Foster's mom says Brazier helped post flyers and was there for emotional support in the early stages of Zion's disappearance. Then, in a stunning twist, East Point police arrested Brazier.
His mother reached out to me and told me that, we are both hurting. No, that's impossible. You hurt for one reason and I hurt in a measure that you won't experience.
Fox 2 learned Thursday, Detroit police filed a homicide warrant request to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. While a grieving mother can only reflect on photos of her daughter, Sierra Milton holds on to hope since police still have not discovered Zion Foster's body.
If somebody has information, please bring my beautiful, singing, talented, boisterous, happy, peaceful baby back.
Brandon Hudson, Fox 2 News.
God bless you, mama. God bless you, mama. Goodness. All right. This is an article from local Channel 4 News. Court paints picture of how East Point teen Zion Foster disappeared and where her body could be. So as of February, we knew, the cousin says she just expired and he just put her body in a dumpster. That is the extent of the information that was given. So the cousin sentenced for lying about throwing Zion Foster's body in a dumpster. A clearer picture of what happened the day East Point teen Zion Foster disappeared and where her body might be started to emerge during the sentencing for her cousin. Jalen Brazier, 23, was sentenced to prison Wednesday, March the 30th, because he lied to authorities during their investigation into Foster's disappearance. Foster, 17, was last seen January the 4th when Brazier picked her up from her East Point home, officials said. Brazier allowed Foster's family to spend weeks searching for her before revealing that he had thrown her body in a dumpster, he admitted in court. He was helping put flyers up. Judge Edward Servito, who sentenced Brazier to 23 months to 4 years. That's it? Oh, that's for lying to police. For lying to police, conceded that there's only one person who will ever truly know what happened to Foster. What happened there, I have no idea. None, Servito said. The demise of this poor young lady is information that I never will possess. Nobody will possess. Quite frankly, it's unique to your memory, which you did not share, which you intentionally then put this family through unnecessary trauma, despair, heartache for no reason. While many of the details surrounding Foster's disappearance remain cloudy, comments from both Brazier and a prosecutor provided some context. The original missing persons report issued in early January said that Foster was last seen January the 4th and stated her family feared she was being held against her will. Foster's mother, Sierra Milton, filled in some of the blanks. She said her daughter asked to hang out with Brazier, her favorite cousin. She shared her location with me everywhere she goes, Milton said. She asks if she can go wherever I would allow her to go. There are yeses and there are no's because as a parent, you want to protect your babies. So yes, Zion, you can go with your cousin who you have in your phone as Favo because he's your favorite on that side of the family. Milton said when Brazier arrived to pick up her daughter, he pulled into the neighbor's driveway. He came that night and he picked my baby up by pulling into my neighbor's driveway and then parking in the front of my other neighbor's driveway, Milton said. She left to go to an individual's home. Didn't know who at that time, the prosecutor said. Ultimately, of course, we learned it's Jalen Brazier's to smoke marijuana, as he indicates later. While speaking on his own behalf before the sentence was announced, Brazier offered his side of what happened while he and his cousin were together. He said they were smoking marijuana at his house on Detroit's west side. I don't know exactly how she passed or what caused her to pass, Brazier said. I just know 1 minute she was cool, she was fine. She laid back for a minute, and next thing I know, she's just dead. I don't know what caused it. I did not cause it or anything like that. Are you telling me that you're stoned? She's stoned? You think she dies and then you dispose of the body? Servito asked. Just like that? That was your choice? I sat for a minute, Brazier said. I didn't know what to do. I just did not know what to do. I'm trying to understand with the limited information I have, Servito said. This person passed away in your presence, and your first thought is, well, I've got to get rid of the body. My first thought was how bad it looked to start with, Brazier said. How do I explain what happened? I don't know why she died or what caused her to die. And just a lot of possibilities popped in my head. I was reacting off of just innate fear. I don't know. Literally, I don't do anything. I just didn't know what to do, literally. Literally did not know what to do. I sat for at least 10 minutes sitting there like, what do I do? Who do I call? My kids are upstairs. We just got into this place after struggling for like 2 years to get here, and everything is falling down. Lies told to family members, police said. In the days following Foster's disappearance, Milton and family members were desperate for information about what happened. She said she spoke to Brazier, but he denied even seeing her daughter. He called me, Milton said. I didn't call him. He called me on January the 5th when my baby didn't come home. He called me to say, I don't know why Zion would lie and put me into this. I haven't seen her in years. I haven't seen her in months. And I'm like, what? It wasn't too long ago that I saw you. According to the prosecution, on January the 5th, Brazier spoke to Milton. And on January the 7th, text messages were exchanged between the two. In the meantime, Milton was targeted by scammers who took advantage of her desire for information, officials said. People are taking advantage of her not because of the defendant's panic, but because of what he chose to do every minute, every hour, and every day after January the 4th, the prosecutor said. Brazier lied to authorities throughout the investigation, right up until he turned himself in, according to prosecutors. On January the 10th, he told police that he hadn't seen Foster nor been to East Point in a year, they said. On January the 14th, police confronted him with phone records, and he claimed he hadn't seen his cousin since May, they said. He later agreed to come in for a polygraph test, but didn't show up, officials said. Brazier admits he lied to police. Brazier finally turned himself in January the 19th alongside his lawyer. He tells police, ultimately, although lying during the course of the interview, he eventually confesses that he did it, in fact, see Zion that night, picked her up, brought her home, the prosecutor said. They combined their marijuana together and they both smoked it. Somehow, when he came back to the room, she was unconscious. The prosecutor said Brazier put Foster in the trunk of his car and drove her to a dumpster. That's when he placed her body inside, the prosecutor said. Brazier ultimately told police the location of the dumpster where he placed Foster's body. According to authorities, police identified the company that hauls from that dumpster and used that information to find out where the trash is dumped. Now, 14 or more days after the incident, 15 days of lies and more, they find out that her body is unfortunately 75 to 100 feet or more below the surface, the prosecutor said. That was hard. And it's not over, y'all. It's not over. Hey, Learning, how are you? Thank you for being here today. I appreciate it. We are in the middle of a very heartbreaking story, and it's taken everything in me to get through this. God bless her soul, the mother, and her siblings right now. I cannot imagine. All right. This is April 4th, The cousin of missing 17-year-old is sentenced in relation to her disappearance on March the 30th. Zion Foster went to hang out with her cousin, Jalen Brazier, on January the 4th. Brazier says they smoked too much marijuana and Zion died. The 23, she was 17. The 23-year-old cousin of missing 17-year-old Zion Foster has been sentenced in relation to her disappearance. Jalen Brazier was charged with lying to a police officer in the investigation into Zion's disappearance. On Wednesday, March 30th, Brazier appeared in court where he admitted that he had thrown his cousin's body in a dumpster weeks earlier. He claimed that Zion had stopped breathing while they were smoking marijuana, and he didn't know what to do. Zion Foster was last seen on January the 4th in East Point, Michigan. She was picked up from her family's house around 10:45 p.m. to go hang out with Brazier at his place in Detroit. Zion's mother, Sierra Milton, told Dateline in January that she received a text from Zion's phone at 12:59 a.m. saying, "On my way," to let her know that she was on her way home. "My phone shows, our location. All of my kids' locations are shown," Sierra told Dateline. 20 minutes after texting me that she was on her way home, she still wasn't there. At his sentencing, Brazier told the judge that he was terrified and didn't know what to do. "I don't know exactly how she passed or what caused her to pass," Brazier said. "I just know 1 minute she was cool, she was fine. She laid back for a minute, and next thing I know, she was dead. I don't know what caused it. I did not cause it or anything like that. I reacted stupidly off of fear and panic like I've never felt before in my life." According to NBC affiliate WDIV, Brazier said he did not think about calling 911 as his mental state was not in a logical place because they were smoking marijuana. "I was reacting off of innate fear," Brazier said at sentencing. "I wish I could take it back. I would have called the ambulance, called her mom," Brazier cried. "I wish I could take it back." Sierra Milton delivered a victim impact statement at sentencing. "We were supposed to be planning her prom, her dress, and colors," Sierra said about her daughter. "I'm still getting emails from the school right now for graduation pictures and just graduation. And now I can't do any of that." She said that she trusted Brazier and thought he would be responsible when she allowed her daughter to go see him that evening. Sierra is a single parent to 6 children, Zion being the oldest. "I stayed up for nights, for days, panicking and being so fearful," Sierra said during her victim impact statement. "Everything that I do is for my children. Every ounce of money and time or whatever and energy is for them, just to make sure that they're good, just to make sure that they're surrounded by people who love them and protect them." Sierra says that she just wants closure for her other children and for herself. "I will never know. I will never know. I won't get to see my baby again, Sierra said. We will never have closure. And as much as I love you guys, as much as I love that family, you have caused such devastation that it's hard to trust family at all. And now my babies are even more isolated because how can I trust family when family is the one who did this? According to WDIV, the prosecutor said that Brazier put Foster in the trunk of his car and drove her to a dumpster. The NBC affiliate continued on to say that according to the authorities, Brazier told police the location of the dumpster, and the police were able to identify the company that hauls from that dumpster and found out where the trash is dumped. The prosecutor said that her body is unfortunately 75 to 100 feet or more below the surface. During the sentencing, Judge Servito addressed Sierra directly, saying, I cannot do anything to remedy what occurred. I am so sorry for what has happened to you. Then he turned to Brazier, but you need to be punished. Your failure to be honest and truthful in preventing, I don't know, maybe preventing certain further pain and suffering from the family requires punishment, Judge Servito said. He's going to prison today, and the prison sentence here hardly reflects the jury that you've accomplished. The judge remanded Brazier to the custody of the Michigan Department of Corrections for a period of 23 months to 4 years. Foxy says she could have still been alive if he only called somebody, anybody. And he threw her in a dumpster. He picked up her body. He put it in the back of his car. We don't even know if that's true. But he drove that body to a dumpster, took it out of the back of his car, lifted up the dumpster, and found a way to hoist that body over the high beam of the top of the dumpster and throw it in. All of that before you make a phone call to anybody. I want to know what happened to my baby. Zion Foster, believed to be dead, police say. May the 12th, 2022. Detroit police say missing 17-year-old Zion Foster of East Point is believed to be dead, possibly buried in the landfill in Lenox Township. This video is from Thursday, May 12th.
Search for Zion Foster, a teenager missing for months. We want to welcome you to 7 Action News at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Dave Llewellyn. Heartbreaking confirmation from Detroit police today that the 17-year-old isn't expected to be found alive.
Zion was last seen in January, leaving her home in East Point, allegedly with her cousin, Jalen Brazier. That's over 4 months. Her family has gone without knowing where she was. Now, sadly, police now believe she is buried somewhere in here, a landfill in Lenox Township.
They say Brazier confessed to placing her body in a dumpster. Now they're preparing to begin a large-scale search to try to recover her remains.
Brazier was named a person of interest in late January. He has been serving time for lying to police in East Point, but has not yet been charged with murder. Investigators still have not said how Zion died.
I wish I could get into specifics and details with not only Ms. Milton, but with all of you. Because I know if I could, you would all be as disgusted as we are with this case.
A command post will be set up in a couple of weeks for the search, which could take 7 weeks or more. It will involve a team of 40 people searching through the landfill.
Well, 7 Action News reporter Darren Cunningham has been following this case since January and kept in contact with Zion's mother.
And he joins us live now after speaking with her about these truly heartbreaking developments in this case. Darren?
Yes, good evening. You'll hear from Zion's mother in a moment, but this area here behind me, Pine Tree Acres landfill, is her last hope for some sort of closure and justice for Zion, who would have turned 18 this November.
I was supposed to be doing graduation pictures and prom and helping her to get her first ID and helping her to get her license and just so much to miss out on.
It's been 4 months, 1 week, and counting that Sierra Milton has gone without answers on her daughter's whereabouts. Zion Foster was last seen January 4th, leaving her home in East Point with her cousin, 24-year-old Jalen Brazier, who took her to his home on Detroit's West Side. At the time, her family searched and pleaded for her safe return, expressing frustration in that first week with East Point PD's handling of her disappearance.
The person that's over it now specifically said to us that, I'm going to be honest with you, we're taking this as she's a runaway.
Detroit police and the FBI then joined.
Initially, they didn't even want to investigate this baby. They said that they were taking this as if she was a runaway. They still, up until this week, have not wanted to search the landfill. They've known about this, yet they still, as of this week, have not, until this week, put together an outline of what it would look like to even search the landfill to help give this mother some closure, if possible, if this part of the story is even true. They waited a long time, and it's really hot here now. Hello, Mama Bay. How are you? Welcome. I'm sorry I'm not as excited. We are digging into some very difficult, very heartbreaking information with this case.
The investigation. At a press conference today in Lenox Township with various law enforcement agencies and other organizations, Detroit police laid out a timeline of what they can share on the investigation. Investigators say in the first 2 weeks of Zion's disappearance, it became apparent Zion was likely deceased. January 19th, Brazier became a person of interest after he made statements leading police to believe Zion's body was dumped in the trash and ended up here in this landfill in Lenox Township. January
the 19th. January the 19th. He told them her body was in a landfill. Why didn't they start then? It was still cold here. The preservation, whatever could be preserved, could have.
24th, East Point police charged him with perjury for lying about his interactions with Zion, her whereabouts, and well-being. But it is believed she's buried here. Why now? Why are we here now as opposed to a month ago or 2 months ago, 3 months ago?
Well, a number of things led to us being here now, looking at a number of different factors from recovery efforts, risk, health concerns, identifying the tremendous number of resources needed.
Detroit Police Chief James White telling me investigators and the landfill have tried to isolate where they think Zion's remains may be. The area remains untouched, and a search will soon be underway.
I'm grateful that there was pushback, not just from me, but from others, and that now they're going to get to it.
Pushback, is that what you think it took to get to this point?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, I was told no. I was told that it wasn't going to happen.
She was told. The mother of a missing 17-year-old who's very likely the person that was the cause of her demise told them where the body could possibly be. The mother was told that they wouldn't even search it. It took the community, it took pushback in the community to even get to where we are today, with needing probably 7 to 8 weeks more for them to go look for this baby's body.
Milton says many people advocated for searching this landfill here behind me, including Chief White himself, as well as DPD Sergeant Shannon Jones, who Brazier confessed to. Lastly, I want to mention that authorities who will be searching here, they're going to need equipment as well as food. So some organizations have already stepped up, but the Detroit Public Safety Foundation is organizing that. They're also taking financial donations. So we'll be sure to get a link to their information on our website, wxyz.com. Live in Lenox Township this evening, Darren Cunningham.
All right, so I do have a link in the description referring to what he's talking about. Please support Detroit's first responders by making an online tax-deductible donation. The link is in the description of this video. They are absolutely trying to get the funding together to help support the search. There is also a GoFundMe that the family started. It has only raised a little over $5,000 of the $20,000 goal, but the fundraiser is still active. It is still open. That link is also in the description of this video. This fundraiser says many have seen the story of Zion Foster. She's been missing since January the 4th, and we need funds to aid in a reward for the intel or leads that will bring our baby home safe. So we know that this was written or the GoFundMe was started when she initially went missing. But at this point, it is a recovery effort. These funds will very likely be used as a recovery effort and as a final farewell for Zion, because we are not, or the community is not going to be able to bring Zion home. And I am thinking that because the cousin still hasn't been charged with what happened, that he will be back in court as well. So this will require some follow-up, probably in the fall after the search is complete and after we figure out what else the court can or will charge the cousin with in relation to Zion no longer being with us. All right, let's finish this up. Donations, supplies needed to support efforts in the search for the remains of 17-year-old Zion Foster. The search will cover a 100 by 100 foot area, and this search is ongoing, and it can take up to 7 to 8 weeks once the search gets started. This article was written yesterday, so the search still has not started as of today. She's been missing since January the 4th. It is May the 14th, and she's still missing, and they still have not found her remains. Lenox Township, the Detroit Public Safety Foundation is asking for people to donate to help with the recovery efforts of 17-year-old Zion Foster. And that is the link that I've already shared with you. That is also in the description of the video. Detroit police are planning a massive search of a Lenox Township landfill to find missing East Point teen Zion Foster. Foster went missing on January the 4th. Her cousin, Jalen Brazier, was the last person to see her alive. Brazier, 23, was sentenced to prison in March for lying to authorities about his involvement in Foster's disappearance. He originally denied seeing his cousin at all, only to admit weeks later that he had thrown her body in a dumpster. Brazier said he panicked when he suddenly found his cousin dead, and that's why he took her body to a dumpster. A massive search is planned for a 100 by 100 foot area of Pine Acres landfill in Lenox Township. The landfill is massive. There will be 40 people searching, and it could last as long as 7 to 8 weeks. The foundation is specifically looking for donations that will help pay for breakfast items, lunch, and beverages for all of the searchers. This is a heartbreaking operation, knowing that it is a recovery effort, but our first responders are dedicated to finding justice for Zion. Now we are asking for the community to show support by providing the resources needed to keep the search teams nourished and sustained during the long, hot, tedious search effort, said Patty Kukula, Executive Director of the Detroit Public Safety Foundation. And you got to remember, that trash area is hazardous. There is a biohazard warning around trash areas because it's toxic. So these people are going to have to suit up every day for however many days, 7 to 8 weeks, to help find these remains, to give her mother some closure, and possibly to help police file the correct charges on the cousin. All right, so this is just about being able to donate. I already have that information, and these are some beautiful images of Zion Foster. Rest in peace, baby girl. This was the original missing flyer about Zion, and it is absolutely heartbreaking. Heartbreaking that her family, and there's something in his story that I'm still stuck on. In his confession, he said something about 3 years, like they were at odds or something. And then it took them 3 years to get their relationship to what it is now. And now, and once they got their relationship to a place where the mother is comfortable with the daughter going with her favorite cousin, this happens. My heart is breaking for that mother. The family is totally torn apart. From what I'm hearing in the local news, the cousin is not a cousin by blood. The cousin is a cousin by marriage. And the family is absolutely torn apart. His mother is equating her pain of having her son imprisoned with Zion's mother's pain of having her daughter taken away from her, and she can't even give her a proper homegoing. And we don't really know what happened to her. And I hate to say this out loud, but I'm going to. I wonder if the cousin did something to her inappropriate, and he didn't want her to tell. And he took her life and hid her body so that he wouldn't get charged with every single thing that he did to that baby. Goodness gracious. Oh my. Rest in peace, Zion. Jack is giving love to Mama Bay. Mama Bay is sad and praying and crying. I had tears. I'm so glad Nola left. Nola on the replay. After today, grab your tissue. It got me. I was trying. I tried and I couldn't take it. Jack says, hey, Mama Bay, I'm chilling, listening to Okay Bay. That's me. Do a remarkable job. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jack, at giving us the news, even though it is horrific. Hey, Kimber, thank you for being here. You're going to have to catch it from the beginning because I'm wrapping it up. This one was difficult, so just be ready. This is absolutely devastating. Devastating. I can't imagine my son asking me to go hang out with one of his favorites, and he never comes home. And the favorite is the one is the reason that he never comes home. And I still have to call you my family? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And that landfill is huge. And is he even telling us the truth about this? He lied from the beginning. He lied from the beginning. What makes us think that this is even true? What makes us think that after 7 and 8 weeks that we might even find anything after they remove all of the toxic waste? Oh my goodness. Girl, this, like, I'm not shaking. I just feel drained right now that this is happening, that this happened, and it's still happening. The mom and the kids, her siblings, they are living this every single day since January the 4th. That part, Foxy. He said his kids was upstairs. Excuse me? Your kids were upstairs during all of this? So you're smoking weed as if the weed can't get upstairs to the kids. And then your cousin, your cousin's cousins, your children's cousin expires in front of you. They can run down the stairs at any, like, none of it makes sense. Like, do we even believe this story? Do we believe this story at this point? I'm having a hard time. Okay, babe, I was thinking about that also. He might have done, Jack. That's all I can think of. That's the only reason he would have done what he did. If she passed away naturally just from smoking, why wouldn't you call somebody to help? However, if you did something to her and she wanted to tell what you did to her, and you made sure she could never tell what you did to her, and or the thing that you did to her would be present in her body, so you had to get rid of it, and the most extreme thing you could do was to put her in a dumpster and lie about it, I'm just thinking that, Jack, that he did something terrible to his cousin. Whether it's by blood or not, they were still family. They were still cousins. She considered him her cousin, her favorite cousin. This is sad. This is so sad. You're not dying. Unless, now remember this part too, Jack. He said she had weed and he had weed. And he said, because we won't know the truth. And he said he mixed her weed with his weed and they smoked it together. And she expired and he didn't. That doesn't even make sense. Were they even smoking weed with his children upstairs? I just don't think we know. I don't think we will ever know. He is steadfast on not being honest and not telling everything, because right now he's facing 24 months to 4 or 5 years in prison. The other charges that are pending are based on being able to locate her body. And at this point, her body is very likely so deteriorated that even if he did something inappropriate to her, we might not ever know, because they might not be able to find out. I can't. This was hard. This was one of the most difficult ones I've done, you all. I have a child this age. Maybe that's what's making it more difficult. I have family. Maybe that's what's making it difficult. But to have your family be the cause of your child's demise has to be absolutely gut-wrenching for the family. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. My prayers are with Sierra Milton, the mother, her children, and their family. Rest in peace, Zion Foster. Rest in peace, Zion Foster. Thank you for being here. I love you.